Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Gumtown Podcast, episode 210. I'm Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving it a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of Beloved Nails. I'm looking forward to this conversation, and I'm sure we'll all be inspired by her story. Let's chop it up with Chelsea Hamilton. Chelsea, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Glad to hear that, and all is well on my end, too. First things
Awesome.
first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me. This is a wonderful opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, we talk about all the great things you got going on with Beloved Nails. But before we talk business, let's get to know the woman behind the brand. Born and raised in Montgomery, how was your upbringing like in the Gump?
Honestly, I had a tough upbringing. I didn't live with my mom. My mom battled drug addiction the majority of my life. So me and my brothers and sisters, we had to move with my aunt. And she did the best she could with us. But I would say that I made it through my childhood with my siblings. They're awesome and I just love them so much. And I am grateful to have them because honestly, I don't think I would have made it through my childhood without them.
Oh, wow. I definitely appreciate you for sharing a little bit of your upbringing. And sounds like you said, you had your siblings. So you had a village of some sort. Your auntie did the best she could, and you made the most of the circumstances. And I mean, that's all we can do in life, Chelsea, is just play the hand we dealt, you know?
Yep, you're right about that.
Yes, ma'am. So growing up in Montgomery, doing all your schooling and all that good stuff. So once you finished up high school, did you go to college, military, or did you go right to work?
I went to Alabama State. I am an alumni of the Alabama State University. I graduated in 2018. I have my degree in biology. So after that, I just was doing nails for a while. I tried teaching for a little bit, but I came back to my passion, doing nails.
Okay. Hey, that's great stuff. You attended the greatest HBCU in the land, the
Yes.
Alabama State University. Yes, ma'am. So Chelsea, I gotta ask you, how was the HBCU experience for you?
Honestly, I didn't really get the full experience because I was a mom. But I enjoyed my professors. Like I learned so much from them. Like I learned a lot from my professors, and the campus is beautiful. It's very versatile. I met so many different people from so many different cultures and walks of life. Like I really enjoyed my time at Alabama State.
Okay, awesome stuff. I definitely understand that. You being a mom, you had
Yeah.
a whole nother set of responsibilities. Like
Yeah.
you didn't necessarily have the time to be kicking it on the yard and partying all the
Mhm.
time.
Oh
But
yeah.
but the most impressive thing about it all, Chelsea, like even being a mom, you graduated, and that's impressive that you were able to stay on top of your schoolwork because I'm sure it's not easy juggling parenthood and the coursework, biology at that. Like that ain't no cakewalk major. Like I know some biology majors, and yeah, I've heard some of the horror stories. So for you to get your degree in biology and juggle motherhood, just want to say I got to give you flowers. That's very impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It definitely isn't like those math and science classes. Ooh,
Yes, ma'am. I've heard. So that's good stuff. So you get your degree from the Alabama State University, and you say you tried some teaching and realized that wasn't for you. So you wanted to come back into your passion of doing nails. So when did you first discover this passion?
I started messing around with nails in like 2017. I would create press-ons for myself, and they just were like cheap little press-ons, and I would just polish them and stuff. And like around 2018, 2019, I started taking it serious. I'm like, okay, I'm about to learn how to do acrylic, and I'm about to make some money from this. So
Okay. Okay. So 2017 is you realize, hey, this is something you wanted to do. You wanted to
yeah.
monetize it and your passion. So, and now present day, you're the founder, owner, operator of Beloved Nails. So Chelsea, I'm
Yes.
big into brand names and I'm always curious about their origin. So what inspires you to name your company that?
Just I would I'm very big on names. All of my kids have a name that means something. I'm very big on etymology of words and different things like that. So beloved means deeply cherished, deeply loved. And growing up from where I came from, I never felt like anybody loved me. So I named my brand, and anything that I do, it will be up under my beloved enterprises because I want everybody to know that they're cherished, that they're loved, that they're important. So that's what my brand is really about.
Oh wow, that's so powerful, and just thank you for sharing just the origin of the name and just hearing you talk about where it all came from. It definitely sounds like you turned your pain into purpose.
Yes, you have to. You have to.
Absolutely. No, that's so amazing. And just looking at I was checking out your website, just checking out some of your work and even, as a man, just looking at your work, as a masculine man looking at your work, I'm like Chelsea Cole with it, like those designs and everything that you do for your clients. So like you definitely got some great stuff going on over there with Beloved Nails.
I appreciate that. That is so awesome. Actually, coming from a man.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of those designs. I was like, yeah, they cool. I was like, hey, that's that. Like, you definitely have a great imagination and just like very creative, and just to put that on nails and bring your clients' visions to life. Like, that's an amazing skill set, and it's also cool that you just picked this up. Well, you just discovered this as your passion in 2017. Because I thought you were gonna say you discovered this as your passion when you were a little girl, but this 8 years in the making, and like you doing some great stuff.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I When I was a little girl, I wanted to just I had dreams of like doing something with like music, a big stage or something like that. But I feel like this is going to segue me into many different things because I meet so many people on a daily basis in this business. I'm talking about all kinds of people.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So, just in terms of you being in business, being in this type of business where you up close and personal, people doing their nails. Like, I'm curious to know in 2020 when the pandemic popped off and everything shut down. Like, how did you pivot and stay afloat and stay in business?
Honestly, I was busy then. I was so busy. I was taking like 10 clients a day during the pandemic. The shops were closed down. Everybody was scared. I wasn't scared because I'm a vegan and I'm about that life. So I ain't scared of nothing. I be feeling like, who? I got the plants for you. You got the stuff, I got the plants. So I was so busy during COVID. I'm talking about busy. I had to get help. My friend Toya used to come and help me do pedicures because that's how busy I was.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So even during the pandemic, so okay, and now it makes sense. Like even though things were shut down, people still getting them nails done during the pandemic, huh?
Yes, and they really was, because they ain't really had nothing else to do but sit around and look cute. And plus, I just wasn't moved. But I never caught COVID, by the way. So I wasn't moved. Like whenever things come up as far as diseases and sickness and stuff, I already know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to my herbs. I'm gonna go to my word. I'm gonna go straight to the source because I know God. God is in control of everything. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wasn't worried.
Yes, ma'am. That's a great mindset to have. Like, not be moved by fear, not moving through
Yeah.
life with fear. Like, just truly moving, just having that faith walk and just trusting, hey, God can work everything out, and hey, God did.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So I also just heard you say that you are a vegan. So what was the inspiration? Like, what was that moment you realized you wanted to make a shift and become a vegan?
Let's see. I did go vegan around COVID, but I knew like prior to COVID, I would start it, then I would stop. I would start it and I would stop. So I'm like, well, if everybody gets sick, I can't get sick. So I know I got to make sure that my internal environment is stable and in homeostasis. So I'm like, you're gonna have to cut out all this junk. So one day I just went cold turkey, like just cold turkey. It was a little bit before the pandemic. I think it was like in 2019. And that's when like the news was broadcasting about it over there in China and different stuff like that. And this was way before it like hit the US. So I just went cold turkey and never looked back. Never looked back.
Wow, that's so commendable just to go cold turkey and commit to this plant-based lifestyle because, hey, Chelsea, we in Montgomery, there's a lot of soul food around here and there's a lot of temptation. So I got to give you flowers for your dedication and your commitment to really to this plant-based life because, hey, it takes a lot of commitment to stay focused and locked in on it. So that's amazing that you were able to make that decision in 2019 and haven't looked back.
Yes, it really teaches me self-discipline too, and emotional discipline, mental discipline. Being vegan is not just about like what I put in my body, but actually what I'm doing in my body, like how I'm maintaining within. So it's a lot of character building being vegan, seriously.
I can believe it. I'm definitely not there, nowhere near there, but I'm starting to make some strides towards eliminating animal flesh slowly but surely because just as I get older and wiser, you start to understand like when you consume animal flesh, you consuming a lot of the stress and whatever they were going through when they were, taken out of here. So I'm definitely starting to understand how food affects how the body feel, and I mean all that energy is transferable. Is what I'm getting
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. So once you made this commitment to come over into plant based, and like I said, I'm just intrigued by it because I think it's great. I think it's amazing to have that awareness and actually step into it. So were your family and friends supportive of it, or were they questioning why were you doing this? Like, how was that reception?
They were not supportive at first. They was like, "You starving them kids? Oh my God, we might have to call CPS on you." I was like, "What? Are you serious?" They really thought I was like, my niece was. She was like, "Oh, you turned into a Muslim." I was like, "Girl, I'm just plant based." Like after a while, after me being plant based for so many years, they started to try my foods and they started to want to know more about it. But I say, even if you're not plant based, I believe everything should be done in moderation in a way that benefits you. Too much of anything is not good for anybody. So
Right,
if
right.
even if you're not vegan, you're on your own path. And I feel like everybody should go at their own pace. Like we
Yes,
all
ma'am.
gonna eventually get to where we want to be in the end anyway.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. No, that's spot on. And just yeah, it's just funny just hearing that because I kind of figured like when the initial reaction from family and friends would be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?" But you know, as you've kept going and stay committed to the process and continue to stay plant based, like eventually they just realize, hey, Chelsea, she's locked in, and them kids ain't starving, so we ain't finna call nobody.
They not starving, not at all. I cook so much. I've actually started segueing into another business of like making my plant-based foods and stuff. So I've done a couple of, little plate sales and stuff with that.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So that's good stuff. So back to just beloved nails. Definitely want to
Mhm.
talk about. So whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. And I know you were saying after finishing college, getting your degree, and just working and teaching, like you realized that wasn't your passion. So when was that? When was that initial aha moment when you realized you wanted to take this passion for doing nails and turn it into a business?
Hmm. Around 2017, I was
Okay.
working at the Dollar Tree, and the lady, the manager, I got fired because she was like, I requested to be off that weekend. She was like, what you need to be off for? And I was like, that's my personal business. And the next week, the lady didn't put me on the schedule and basically fired me. And after that, I was like, you want to do nails? You've been practicing at home. Try it. So the next day, I was on Facebook, and this lady was hiring for nail techs. When I say I did not know what I was doing, I had only been practicing for a little while. So I went over there. I told this lady, I said, ma'am, I want to do nails. I'm not that good. I don't really know what I'm doing. She was like, okay, baby, I'll give you a job. Gave me the job the same day. And I just learned by constantly doing clients over and over. That's nails is about repetition. The more you do it, the stronger you get at it. So once I realized, the aha moment was like dang, you're really good at this. I was drawing cartoon characters and just doing stuff I don't even know how to draw. They like, how you know how to do this? I'm like, I don't know. Like that was the aha moment, like how quickly I got good at doing this.
Wow, that's such an amazing story, and just hearing you talk about the unfortunate events at the dollar store when you
Oh
were
yeah.
let go.
Everything happens for a reason. Like
Yes, ma'am.
everything happens for a reason.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, because it's one of those things like hindsight is 2020, and I know I know speaking of hypotheticals isn't always the best thing, it's but it's just one of them things to think about. Like if you didn't get fired from the dollar store, would you have, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, would you be here if that doesn't happen? So that's why
Mm,
when God take us through storms and trials and tribulations, it's all for a reason, Chelsea. We don't see it when
mm.
we're going through it, but it all works out.
Always, always, always. And sometimes we be so frustrated during the process, during the storm, that we fail to realize that we got a great big umbrella that's always covering us. So we rather pout, standing outside, getting wet, instead of going up under the shelter of the Almighty. Like, I don't understand us humans sometimes,
I
especially
don't get
me.
I don't get it either, Chelsea. Hey, I'm guilty of it as well. I mean, like,
Me
hey,
too.
hey, you go through storms and life kicking your butt, and you sitting up there thinking like, why me? And the whole time, God just taking you through this because he really want to test you. He really want to see if you about what you've been praying about. Because
Yes.
we do a lot of, yeah, God, just give me this job, give me this business idea, and when He present and it's like when God shows up, and this is my opinion, Chelsea. I feel like God always shows up with a test. When we pray for something, the first thing that show up is a test. Because why would he just give it to us how we want it? Like we wouldn't appreciate it.
Right, right. So we got to see, are you ready for, you want this, but are you aligned? Is your energy, is your spirit, is your mindset aligned with the very thing that you keep asking for?
Yes, ma'am. That's the $1 million question for real. Like that, that's it. So all those events led to you getting this job and working as a nail tech. Had never worked as a nail tech, but just through practice and repetition, you went from a beginner to becoming advanced, becoming a subject matter expert in this field, drawing cartoon characters, and people asking you how you doing it. And hey, it's just your gift. It's just your gift.
Yes, God did. God did.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So, from the time you had that initial aha moment to start this business, how long did it take you to get an LLC and get everything rolling on the business side?
Honestly, I drug my feet on it because I started getting good, but I always was second guess. Like, am I really good? Like, is this good? I was always questioning myself. I'm one of my toughest critics. So like, if I see something and I think it's good, I'm like, okay, go harder. Like, give yourself a break, sis. Like, celebrate the win. So it took me a little minute to get my LLC after because I was working at the shop, and I think I worked there for like maybe a year and a half, close to 2 years. And I left, and I from there I was just like, okay, you have to take this serious. I got online, I Googled like how to get the LLC, I filled the form out, and I did that. And I just started taking it serious. I really started taking it serious.
Okay, sounds good. That's awesome. And everybody's process is different. You worked at the nail shop for a year and some change, and then you decided to take it serious and went online and made everything happen. And I mean, hey, that's what it's all about. Just like going through the process and getting the LLC because you definitely want your business to be legitimized because hey,
Yes.
there's this dude named Uncle Sam. He coming to get you if you ain't got your stuff in order. So
Do
you gotta
you
have
understand me? He want his taxes. He want
every
them.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So you get everything situated, and that took a year and some change. But hey, a year fly by like a month, so that's good that you got
Mm,
everything situated. So the last portion, audacity, is one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to put action behind it. But to put it out to the world to be praised or criticized, that's where the audacity comes in my opinion. And just hearing you talk about just your faith walk and just believing in yourself, like sounds like you gave yourself that audacity to put beloved nails out to the world.
yes. It's this poem that they recited in what's that movie with Coach Carter. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of the poem right now. But that poem is constantly when you say audacity, I thought about that poem. Like, who am I? Who am I not to be? Like, who am I to think that I'm not this?
Right.
Man,
Absolutely.
like, that's powerful. The audacity to believe in yourself, to go the extra mile, to put in the work, to take action, put action behind your dreams and really mean it. That's a
Yeah,
powerful thing.
absolutely. And you did it. And that's why we got beloved nails. Like that's why we got
Mm,
it. Because you had that audacity. Because I mean, let's face it, a lot of people have a lot of ideas and it's always that and it's never and in most cases, I truly believe people talk themselves out of going after the things that they want. Like an external force, a lot of times, like you were saying earlier, you start questioning whether you were good enough, and you could have easily talked yourself out of it, but you didn't, and you kept going. And you're not alone, Chelsea, when you say you're your harshest critic. I'm the same way, and but at sometimes I have to tell my inner voice to be quiet.
Yes. Yes.
The inner voice to have you. I'm like, hold on now. Like, okay, if I'm starting something new, I'm naturally gonna be terrible at first, but that's okay. Like, I gotta give myself, like, you gotta give yourself grace, especially when you start something new. So, hats off to you for giving yourself that audacity to put it out to the world.
Yes, and thank you for doing this. When I say this is amazing, this is an amazing platform. This is so awesome. And these three A's, like, how did you come up with this? Aha moment, action, audacity.
Honestly, to be honest with you, Chelsea, I'll be real with you. When I was coming up with the concept of the podcast in 2021, I was on a morning walk one day and it just hit me, and I didn't overthink it.
And you
It's
know what? That's the key right there. When the idea come, we can't overthink it. We just gotta go get in the flow of the idea.
Yes, ma'am. I mean,
Mm.
that's literally how it came. Like God spoke to me, and I mean, because I was at a point where, like you were saying earlier, how you would second guess yourself whether you were good enough to do this. I was second guess myself whether enough I was good enough to do a podcast. And then one day, I was just walking, and I was like, what would I ask entrepreneurs on the platform, just in terms of getting into the mindset, the psychology of them as an entrepreneur? And it hit me like the three A's: aha, action, and audacity.
Yes, and that is that those are the three things. Like this is awesome.
Yes,
Awesome
ma'am.
sauce.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it, and I definitely see you doing great things, and I know great things are going to continue to come down the pipeline. So let's talk about so I know you said like you are vegan, and you're starting to transition over into selling food. So have you officially launched that, or is that still in the works?
It's still in the works. I've done a few things, but it's not like I haven't done an official lunch just yet. I am actually still working on my baby beloved nails, and I just finished up with my first apprentice. She just finished her hours, so we're getting her on track to take her theory exam and her practical exam. So honestly, I am milking my beloved baby for everything she got, expanding her to her fullest maximum potential.
That makes perfect sense. Hey, you getting all the orange juice out of that orange you can get. I respect
Yes.
it. Yes, ma'am. So that actually leads right into my next portion. So you've done great things. I know great things are coming down the pipeline, which leads to my next portion: vision, short term and long term goals. It sounds like you already got those laid out. So in terms of, like, I know you said you just finished your first apprentice, and you want to continue to grow and expand. And of course, I know you're going to eventually get the business stuff situated for the plant-based soul food that you're selling. So are there any other short-term, long-term goals for yourself as an entrepreneur you feel comfortable sharing?
Yes, one of my long-term goals is to have a nail school, a beloved beauty academy, where young girls, we can even partner with high schools where we trade, get them started for a trade so that by the time they graduate, they'll have enough hours to go into the field as a licensed tech. So just creating a nail school, not even just for young girls, but for women who want to have a side income or who just want to start their business, even if it's for the main income, but just to empower women. And also, not just for women, men do nails too. Like, even if they just want to, okay, I want to learn how to do this for my wife, or I want to learn how to do this so I can just specialize in pedicures. But just creating job opportunities, trade opportunities for the community. That's one of my long term goals, a beloved beauty academy. One of my short term goals is just to further expand as far as, brick and mortar space, selling products, releasing my book. Those are my short term goals.
Okay, those are great goals, short-term and long-term, and I have no doubt you'll put in the work and make them come to fruition.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. So with everything on your plate, full-time entrepreneur, running your business, your mom, I got to ask you, Chelsea, with everything that's on your plate and all the responsibilities that you're responsible for, what do you do to decompress and get away from it all?
I meditate and I do yoga. Meditate, do yoga, and I listen to a lot of AJ McQueen and I pray a lot. I talk to God a lot.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. That's powerful. Hey, it's all about having those outlets that you can get away from the hustle and bustle of it all and just get a chance to recharge, reset, and rejuvenate.
Yes, that is very, very, very important as a business owner. Very important.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So, as we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask the $1 million question. So, I started this podcast because I wanted to highlight the greatness connected to the city of Montgomery. Whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college, military, or work, you've been a hometown hero, Chelsea. I got to ask you, what do you appreciate the most about the city of Montgomery?
I appreciate the landscape, but most importantly, I appreciate the history. I appreciate the rise from the ashes history of our city. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful history, and to just look at where it came from to where we are now, like it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. That's powerful stuff. So, Chelsea, how can the people connect with you? What are your social media handles and website?
I am on Facebook, Beloved Nails. My Instagram handle is Beloved Brown Girl 94. My TikTok is Beloved Nails.
All right, too easy. And of course, I'll put all of that information in the description of the episode. Hey, Chelsea, thanks again for the conversation. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You keep doing what you are doing. I can see this being so, 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 so big. You are a hometown hero.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Go on.